Well, it was caused by Guide Corporation.
You know, it was pure decimation. I mean, over 40 miles of river just completely dead.
Like, wait a minute, what are we doing to our river system?
Every single fish in that water, from the source point down, dead.
It was a point in time where the public, the state, and all of us found that we have the capability to destroy the wildlife.
Midwest is a great place. Nice people, seasons, basketball, and smallmouth.
Central Indiana is probably known to most people for, I don't know, cornfields or...
Indiana's all about corn, right? Corn, soybean.
Cropland is what it is, corn and beans. Plowed and planted every square foot of this countryside.
While the northern part of Indiana has awesome glacial lakes, the central part of Indiana doesn't. What we have are awesome rivers.
And the White River is, in essence, the only river that runs through the Indianapolis area.
It's unique. It begins and ends in the state of Indiana.
What became special about it is just what a great place it is. I mean, the more time I spent on it, the better it got. And obviously for me, it's all about recreation, and that recreation is fishing. You know, the target's always the smallmouth. You know, feisty critters. They fight really hard, they jump, they do aerials, and they fight until they're in the net. So for me, you know, it's the scrappiness of the bronzeback that keeps me coming back.
You know, I'm just like you guys. I like to paddle with my friends. I like to find those moments where you can just retreat and find joy and goof around and be connected to nature. What is special about the White River? I think that, you know, the White River provides a pretty interesting respite for people in a highly urban area. When you talk about Indianapolis, that river is essential to their every single day. Their every single use of electricity, their every single time they go to their job.
You know, I remember catching fish early on and talking to people when I was a transplant from Texas, and they would, you know, they'd say, "Will you fish in that river?" You know, kind of. And I'd say, "Yeah, of course I fish in that river." And they'd say, "Well, isn't it polluted? You know, isn't it gross?"
All of these cities, municipalities on White River, you can just pick one, Muncie, Anderson, Indianapolis, they all settled on White River for one reason: source of fresh water and somewhere to dump all the stuff you didn't want. One factory after another, Muncie, Anderson, Indianapolis, they settled on that river, and it was just abused constantly, consistently, chemicals, anything you didn't want, dump it in the river.
So the fish kill was in November of 1999.
I honestly am not entirely sure that a lot of the population knew there was a giant river in their community until a whole bunch of fish died and it got a lot of media coverage.
Guide Corporation were dumped chemicals in there that essentially destroyed the fish's ability to assimilate oxygen.
I mean, you've got a company that released ultimately what was a neurotoxin, and it killed every fish that it came in contact with.
I hated what happened. I hated that there were people in this community that didn't care enough.
Dead fish everywhere. Water became real clear. From what I've read, there were a number of early responders People like John Bundy.
Spring of 2000, we had a river that was like a blank page, empty aquarium.
These guys were, locals to the Noblesville area. This occurred in Anderson.
But what I loved was that this community got really fired up.
There were folks that realized that there was no time to wait.
We turned a couple million fish loose. It was interesting to see that we had people that were just fishermen, people that were just, one old boy donated $5, sent us $5, and he hoped that it'd buy 5 pairs of fish. That's all he had. That's all he could come up with. And at the same time, we had people that were worth a lot of money and donated a significant amount. There was a lot of education. We tried in every instance to incorporate the public, most especially children. We felt like that was the future. Those kids would grow up and say, hey, I put those fish in there. That might be my fish.
I mean, without these people, I don't think I could even have a business like this, really. I mean, the fish wouldn't be there, the people wouldn't pay. So finally, people are in my eyes, really starting to understand that, hey, this is it. This is all we've got. If you don't take care of it, if you don't think about what you're doing to this stream that runs right through Indianapolis, then you're being pretty short-sighted.
I care about the river because it gives us quality of life. It gives us the day-to-day stuff that we need, drinking water and jobs, but it gives us serenity, space, freedom, and I don't know, fun. Is that weird? I care about it because it's fun. That's why.
There's so many people that I've taken to this down afloat, and I look at them when, usually about an hour in, they kind of start looking around and they haven't seen anybody for a while. They feel it and they float it. I mean, they're changed. They see a bald eagle, they hook a smallmouth, and it changes some lives. So, for me, for my business partner, Wade, and it's just a place we wanted to share, and I think we wanted to share it so that people cherish it like we do. If they don't know, they're not going to protect it. If they haven't experienced it, they're not going to love it. And I think a lot of that was kind of the problem. I mean, you had people that just simply viewed that river when they drove over it on a bridge and had never been on it. And the ability to get on it and show them what a special place it is, the biodiversity that's there, it's a life changer for me, and it's been really rewarding to watch attitudes change about the white. Get out, get out, see what it's about. Get out and enjoy it. I promise that if you get out there and you enjoy something like this, you'll want to take care of it.
It will be there. It'll be there tomorrow. It'll be there after we're gone. And so will the fish. So that's White River today. Go enjoy it. Go appreciate it. Float it. Go fishing. Sure. It went from a sewer to the equivalency of the best fishing smallmouth stream in the country. So that's the history.